Hello and welcome. Now then, you're going to say, well, how on earth did we get to June? Now that is a very good question. Yeah, now I've done this a few times, and it's usually when you're not really tired. And it's yeah. Um, I thought I'd hit record and it didn't hit record at all. And we had a monster session. We had the last session you will see is episode 12, where you'll see that I've cut the grass. Well, if we go, there is no grass. Well, there is. It's regrown. If we go over there, all of the bales have been taken. I left this over here because obviously I did everything. Yeah, look, that pH value perfect, nitrogen perfect, second growth stage. No bales on here. Now there were 141 bales that you will have seen me sort of show, and they are no more. Now also, I had a comment from Marty, which in fact that's the very thing I was about to mention. He suggested, and I accepted his comments, that, well, why don't you just have one production and one mod? So we've done both already. Now I'm not including the tip hood indicator. That's more for yeah, I mean, I can remove that. I'm not really that bothered. There are other ways to do it. It's a bit like the bale counts, a bit like looking in the thing. It's a little bit messy. You have to press the help key, the same as looking for what chaff you've got in a bunker silo, all that type of stuff. Also made a decision, as rubbish as that is, and it is rubbish, it really is. I would not have bought it, but we did buy it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one of these set in every now and again. And we're going to get at least the digestate. I mean, it's up to 48 tons now. That's at least a useful thing, an asset that we can actually use, and even more so now. The one thing that this did bring with it, obviously, it's the multi-crop greenhouses set. You can't tick the production shed. It comes as that, which also means it comes with this pack here. Now, it doesn't come with any fertilizer. It's got a brilliant lime, one of the best things that, you can actually buy pig food. It's a bit expensive, but you can buy it. You know, this is all part of this here. Yeah. Oh, actually, I didn't realize you could buy road salt. That's cheap even from the base game. Wow. Yeah, so you've got, this is part of the, as it says at the bottom. Well, yeah, so is that. Although I don't particularly find that's cheap, really. 4 tons, isn't that 1,005? Let's divide that by 4, and it is still 1,500, and for 1,000. Yeah, that isn't cheap. So that's the one thing I don't understand. How come? It's the weight, I presume. You can bring such a massive thing with such a small weight, but it's not cheap. But this is about, it's 300 instead of, no, it's 8, so it's actually 150 per, which that is a fantastic price, even as is. The road salt is 4 tons, and the seeds, no, don't particularly find them. So if you split that divided by 4, I think it is slightly cheaper. It is 500, and split that into 4. Yes, it is. It's a bit cheaper, like 600-ish per ton. No, but 2004, 7 would be 2008. So it's almost 700 per ton, which is a little bit cheaper. It is by a couple of hundred, so it isn't bad. But the stones are good, 4 tons for that as well. So that's the other side that you don't see when you actually put that in. That's the pack. Now I knew obviously that comes with it. That's part of the advantage. Now I can make lime, but I also can buy it, and that is very useful. But yeah, let me just, for those who haven't seen this, who haven't seen me, this has sort of become my very first choice of. I chose this even over Courseplay, but only for usefulness. Yeah, we can make I'm interested in is this. We lose a quarter of the digestates to produce a ton and a half of fertilizer. Now again, I think we're going to keep some ourselves because it is expensive. Yeah, I mean, there's no cheapness on that, so that is going to actually save us quite a bit of money. But also, we're going to do the excess that we don't need. We are going to sell. I will allow that because we've done it ourselves. The other thing it does do, but you need manure. But you can do manure straw plus digester or straw plus slurry. So I'm hoping anyway that we go into animals. You can make lime from it. It is a bit of a, it's fantastic. It really is. So I'm going to keep that because we've got it. We're going to, yeah, it's cost us 450,000. It is very slow. We know that, but it does kick out some digestate every now and again, and it does earn us a very weeny amount, 12,000. Because I'm not speeding up time forever just so as we get 20 grand. I was doing that just to make a little bit of money back. But yeah, we will be getting this, and that is what I said last session. Is what we're going to do this session is actually get that all up. So we're going to need first of all, which I never thought about that, did I? Getting this lot off. That's what I didn't think of. I've already taken the yeah, we haven't got a front loader, even though we have got the Forterra that actually has the ability to have a front loader, but we haven't got one. Yes, so yeah, that's rather unfortunate. But what I'm going to say now then is look away. Our price was not bad. We literally did make quite a lot of money, and we just kept 21 bales. All you missed was me liming and fertilizing and dragging the bales up to the top. Now then, if I hate doing this. It is horrible, and I will tide it up when I get back. There's only one way to get these off if you do something like this and you've got no telehandler or front loader, and that is literally just that. Well, normally anyway. Nearly. So if we carry on, you really need to get up to some speed and sort of cause, yeah, motion like that. They don't want to tip though. It's got to be, yeah, they only slide. They're amazing apart from that because of the lock-in script of the game. Yeah, you've got to like cause motion, and I know it's messy, and I do apologise, but it's the only thing I've got. The only trick I've got up my sleeve is really that, and it's still, is that not typical? Normally they fall off an awful lot easier than that. Surely there's got to be a better way for me to do this. Okay, let's try another method, because that's not particularly working terribly well. We could try nudging them with the front tyre, although they're all typically in the middle of the... Isn't it amazing, really? Normally these things would drop off. If I didn't have you watching, ooh, then these would drop off like, oh, double tyres. Really? Is that your... Oh, well, yeah, you almost did it. Almost. I think you might do it this time. Yeah, but we do need an empty trailer. We really do. So I do apologise for this because it is a little messy, to say the least. But, yeah. Brilliant. Well... I personally would say it's a bit of a train wreck. We did, obviously, yes, we've got a clean tractor. Well, this one anyway. This one is not as dirty. This one's seen the most action. Is this my favourite, the biggie? No, it's just the little one. The 9.3, well, when I say little, yeah, it's still 400 odd horsepower. So, right, now let's take that back up to the top, where the telehandler is awaiting us. So, yeah, you didn't really miss a lot, but I'd still do, and also need to, yeah, put that back together. I think on one of these sessions I went all the way up to the shop. We did the weeding, that was it. Yeah, sorry, apologies. That was the biggest thing that we actually did. Ooh, and yeah, I had a crash yesterday as well. Not quite as silly as that one, but so you will not have to watch me do that. Yeah, we did the weeding. I literally spent about 25 minutes doing the weeding on the top field that I didn't quite do as... I think I showed that on episode 12 actually. I did show you there was quite a bit, but that's nearly all gone. If you quickly pull that up and show you how well we did. Yeah, did we buy anything from the sales? No, there was nothing. I mentioned the sales. Oh, the other thing, the mod that I chose, that's the vehicle. I shall show you what I chose. Yeah, so weeds, if you zoom in even, you will see there's very little. There's a little tiny bit of speckles of green there, little tiny speckles of green there, but overall that is fairly good. It does need rolling, it is not lying, but we are not going to be rolling. When they miss the boat, you do that when there's when it's not grown, obviously. Yeah, there's a tuft of weed there, I can see it. yeah, so that's all you missed really. And this time I've checked that I hit the record button. In fact, actually, I think it's something I asked for. Well, there was a way that you can do this on OBS Studio a long time ago. OBS has now allowed you to make a noise when it starts, so you will probably at the beginning of the recording hear it sort of make a bit of a chime. Yeah, I used to be able to do this by adding up, but then I thought, yeah, but you can hear it in the recording, so I would switch it off now, but somehow they've switched it on. It's just an old request of mine, but now it makes too much of a noise actually on the recording, so I suppose for someone like myself, just so that you know that you've actually hit record, someone who forgets every now and again when he's tired, then yes, it is a good thing, because if you don't hear the noise, you're not recording. The trouble is when you put a session together, like if I went away for half an hour, had my breakfast, and then came up and did the other, you're going to get a chirp halfway in the recording as well, and that is not so good. So we need to be taking a left with this long vehicle, so we need to be going to the right to avoid hitting the yeah, we do. Yeah, oh, that was it. Yeah, the other thing that I chose was, and this again isn't because it would be my first choice, but is because, and it is in this because I actually went to the wrong place yesterday, so I now know it is in this place, is the 53-foot drop deck trailer by Mack Trucker. And you might say, huh? But you've already got one, something like that. I have, but this has different abilities, like it has 106 ton for 97,500, or it has, yeah, it just has log ports, but they don't interest me, but it has the liquid tank. Now that is what interests me. Plus, if you wanted, you can also go for the slurry spreader, which is a 24-meter spread and holds 84,500. So quite formidable. Now, does that? No, it does actually have the thing on the back. So you can't actually still use it as a tanker as well. It's either one or the other, and you pay. You can have a rear hitch as well, but this is a beast of a length. It is, yeah, it's so 70,500 is the mod that I chose because of its versatility, and only for that, because it's big. And you can also have slurry spreader and that, and a tipper body all in one. So I've chosen one that is like more, it gives us the things that's missing from the base game. So that was my choice. Yeah. He also has created, which I have yet to, I've got it in the game, but obviously on this you won't see it because we've only got the mods ticked that I've yeah, I also, the power tools are now gone. They were only in for that one session just to give us that solar panel, and then they've gone back. So yeah, but I've only got the mods that you know about, the tip HUD indicator, which is more of ease of life, and I can switch it off if you think, oh, but you've got two mods now, because I'd already mentioned that one, and I didn't really class it as anything that didn't. Oh, I remember the yellow thing is here as well. You hit the, yeah, there's that post. I've hit that a few times. Right, so then we left. Oh, the last one that I repaired of this was at 8,000, and that looks. Oh no, it was actually the trailer. I've never repaired the trailer. Yeah, we are going to need to stick that thing in it. It's 45 grand the base game one, so I'm saving up for that one because that's going to hurt. We've got things like the tanker to buy, so therefore. Yeah, they left this down here already, and of course we have our fork set up here that is for the shop. So yeah, we've got the fantastic Schaefer. Of course, the one bad thing is there is no weight set for these in the base game. The Wefro, the one that I always have, and that pack that is a telehandler pack, is not in the base game, nor is my Reutering, which that's not in the base game either. This is it. What is that for? Tractors, wheels on the ground. So there is nothing at all that I can stick on for a telehandler, unfortunately. So if, yeah, that is a bit of a blow, really. But yeah, I'm going to leave this as well because we're going to do what we did last time. We're going to fill this with, I thought we were going to make fertilizer. I'm sure we can fill it with something. Yeah, we can. So now, if these are big bags, these are not going to be. I do wish you could actually stick order the shop to put your stuff onto the back of your trailer. It would be so useful, it really would. If you could have a loading bay that you put it in the bay and then it goes bang, 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 bang. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, thing of dreams, Mr. Smith, thing of dreams. I'm sure a modder could probably do something similar. Well, you could really, you could auto-load, truthfully. I'm trying to play it as realistic as possible, so really that's my choice, because I could actually already do that technically anyway, really. Right, so then we want... Are we going to buy some of... Yeah, but pallets are better for us, even though everything that has been said. To load the pallets, mind you, that is... the lime is considerably cheaper, and you only need to buy one, so you could buy 2 of those. And if you're lucky, you could be able to spear the... Yeah, we just want 2. And that's the equivalent to us running up to the shop twice. And we do want some road salt. This is for... we haven't got a sprayer yet, but we're going to buy this in advance. So it's not exactly going to break the bank. Yes. And we do want seeds. We don't want any seeds. We've already got plenty. Stones to make the lime we need. We will buy... usually buy a full 8. Again, because it's not going to break the bank. And that will make us a lot of lime for going forwards. Now, do we need any fertilizer at the minute? I think we've got enough to do the... to do it once. Do we? I think we do. Let's buy some fertilizer. So it's... are we not making fertilizer though? Only if we buy the... Now let's have a look what is in sales. That was it. The Komatsu was the last thing that dropped. Yes, this was... That crone is very good value. It is, only we could afford it, but then that would mean that I'm saving up for animals more than anything, but we do need that the truck from Mac Trucker, and we do need it in the configuration for liquid tanker. So I should have bought it when I was in here a few minutes ago, but I've been hoping that it would come up in the sales, so it frequently does. But yeah, that's what we're buying, and we keep it in black. I think yes. Right, oh, dolly. Now we've got the dolly up here. Yeah, we're gonna need... do we buy its own dolly? They are expensive though. Also, it can be converted. Isn't this the Demco? Hasn't Mactruck is the Demco? Because now I look at the two, they look a little bit remarkably similar. I suppose the truth sense would be, if we let go of that, does it have the silver pegs the same? Well, the colour's different, but they are the same pegs, aren't they? Just different. No, Mac Truckers is different. He's got 3 wheels at the back, and this has got some silver boxes in the middle. Although I suppose you might have different configurations, but it is different. So yeah, it is. And yes, it is actually. It's got a weird little red thing going down where the Demco... I suppose it could have been modelled on the Demco, but then the Demco doesn't go down at the back like that one. It's like a Demco without the things at the back. It does, yeah, it's similar. It is, and it could be modelled from, because it literally is just going into the modelling. And when I say just, I know how to make a mod, but I don't, yeah, I've never made one. Right, so anyway, enough of this waffling. Let's get some work done. And we are going to need to buy that tipper. Do we need to prep? Well, we'll load this lot on, which we'll do in a very, very brief time lapse. Well, we'll see how quickly it is to grab the... If we can grab them through the islet, then it's not going to take very long at all to actually do this. We just need to... When I say that I need a steady hand, I need those exactly at the right... Like that. About there, I would say. A bit higher, I would say. A little bit more. Oh, are a little bit funny. should be able to go straight if I'm level-ish, which I'm not far off. Ooh, it's not liking that. Why is that one? Ah, because I'm not quite. Let's try that again. Ooh. Thing of beauty, but it's alright gloating. It's the letting go of them too that's, yeah, we've actually, I don't think we'll do it with 8, but we could grab those in 2 sets of 4. There's a bit, yeah, where there's a will, there's a way, as that old saying goes. I always find it's the letting go, and you're using, yeah, the big back handle, you've got that little release button. That is, is so beautiful, because doing this away is not so easy. So what you make it easy this time? Watch, this time it actually works quite nicely. Need to drop. Yeah, need to sort of really work this out well. Yeah, not easy, but it, yeah, like anything, it's true. I've said this lots of times. Most things are knacks. Once you've got a knack, then that stays with you. It really does. It's going to be the other end. We can employ a trick. Although I'm not sure that high place is a little bit too high. It might have been better. That's the stacker in me trying to be very efficient. Because somehow I've actually made them go lower. Get like, yeah, release them. Say about there, a little bit more. You really need this kind of view. You've got a bit of depth perception, and we need to be a little bit to the left. Brilliant. Really would have been better the other side. I'm going to be too close to the tip of the body. But hey, there's plenty of room for what we've got, so we do that. Make sure we're in the right spot, because that doesn't seem quite right. Oh, that's full extension. Can't let go whilst I've got the body twisted. I can't. That's it. Whew. Yeah, so the only downside to the Schaefer is that its boom is not as long as a lot of the telehandlers, but to be honest, its weight is phenomenal. It is. It's one of the heaviest telehandlers out there, and it is still as fast. It's nice and fast, like the fastest ones. I love the 26 miles an hour ones. I think they're amazing, and yeah, it just seems every time you do your boom thing, it does that as well. So you've got no choice but to do it the way that it is. Let's get in and nudge that slightly. Let's try and get the angle right, or else we're going to really be in a mess. Ooh, and that's exactly what I really didn't want to happen. Do you know, seriously, sometimes own worst enemy. A little bit more, a little tiny bit more. Let's say a bit higher. Still a bit higher. Perfect. I won't say perfect, but yes, it did the job. You got the job done right. Let's learn a lesson from last time, and let's go around this side. So yeah, we're not doing this with the time lapse, seemingly, after all, because yeah, it's not taking that long, other than a few pauses for me not to yeah, you've got to take your time with a job like this. It's not one of those jobs that you can, as a puller, can you pull that down and go down low enough and just withdraw, same as you pick them up? Sometimes they do that squirmy thing though. Yeah, but those two there aren't liking it. Now then, that one there, be careful, it's very precariously placed. It needs a helping hand back on. Oh, but the other one doesn't want a helping hand off. Sometimes the little tiniest movement. Right, let's clamp them down quickly before anything bad happens, and let's get those last sets. Yeah, the good thing is normally you can just run onto the production shed and they can all be stored in the production shed. Now but the lime, that's really not what we do want, but I don't suppose it hurts. It doesn't when you're using something like the Bredel, so you could just, it does load quickly as well from that, so that is another advantage to having it over bags. It's much quicker to fill. Yeah, whoever made, and I have got the mod in normally that tells the people's names now, but it is it is definitely probably one of those mods that came from nowhere. I didn't realise how good it was until one day I put it down on a Let's Play, and then you realise that you had missed your best friend and you just found him. Yes, in a moddy type of way. I mean that. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like the slurry yard of Missy B and things like that, and the Omatana that has become. Ooh, why are you not going down? Why are you only on the tip like that when I was plainly through the eyelets? You should not be doing that at all. Do you know, seriously, right? This time. Oh, now how did that drop off? How did you drop off when that went over the back? So it does seem that the Magsi, like others, do have that fault where you can actually. So then let's push that back and hopefully. Oh, I'm not sure this is gonna. Oh no, okay, well there you go. Now then, we could put that on the buckets. We could save ourselves a little bit of hassle, because we did talk about that, and you totally didn't do it at all. Let's stick this back where it should be, where the shop has allowed us to store it. Wink, wink. Yes. Well, the shop are very kind to us. Yeah, so we need to quickly grab that down the bottom. Right, I'm going to reconvene with you because I don't want half of this session to be us travelling down to the production shed, back down to the bottom of the yard, and we need to come up twice. So next thing you're going to see is me with that and that down at the bottom. So I'm going to see you shortly. I thought I'd record this because, yeah, now I've never been on this map before with stones. I just put this and it's still 100%, and I ran into that thing of stones that I had not dropped there and that I clearly haven't dropped out of here. The only thing I bought is the stones around there, so how on earth did those stones? And this is what I'm talking about, base game glitches, where weird things happen, because I have not dropped any stones, and yet I literally came across, and now I'm bad enough anyway, so I don't need any help from Giants to actually give me any tripping stones. Literally, in this case, tripping stones. Yeah, now that is very heavy. If I got a 5-ton bucket, that would not cope with that without an additional weight. That is really not like, let me show you. Look at. Yeah, you can see the body rising and falling. It's not as bad as it could be, a little worse than that, I think. Oh, I'd literally bring this here. I did send it on camera, as you know, but then I stopped because I thought you were putting that stones in there, so I don't know how those stones got there. It was a game glitch again. Does anybody else get a problem when they click with the left click? It doesn't always register the first time, because I do all of the time. Yeah, literally quite frequently, the first time I click left, it doesn't do it. You have to press your mouse, or you think it's your mouse's fault, and so you press the mouse button a little bit harder. Right, where are we? Because I'm totally confused. No, that's not that. That's, here we go. That's where we are. Yeah, anyway, I did promise. Oh, we need to. Yeah, so there's that remnant there on the ground that needs picking up in the future. I'm going to see you back down there, and I'm going to also come back for that again. So I will turn the cameras on it when we are down the bottom though, so you can see if, yeah, there's the stones. I'm somehow going to need to pick them up going forwards. I don't know how much there is, but it is a right pain going over stones. It is a real, yeah, it is a real horrible object actually. It causes issues, so we do need to get that sorted too. Which was a problem that, thanks to Giants, I now have. Game glitches. Giants didn't devise that I had a pile of stones appear in the game, but it's one of those things that the game isn't quite right. Little random glitches are happening where key configs don't work for a few minutes and then they do, and all sorts of manner of weirdnesses are taking place, as I've shown, because I haven't got really any mods in that can affect that type of thing. I don't somehow think that the tip HUD indicator causes such glitches as that. Anyway, I'll bring you back in when we've got right down at the bottom with both sets of tankers and everything, and we're going to get on with making our business. Yeah, because there's nothing for us to do today. We're going to go through to the July, and then it's grass cutting, and then it's August, and it's our sorghum harvest. So I'm going to see you shortly. One other thing you may have noticed is the money is ticking up very slowly. Now, I'm sure you're all aware that if you drop your bales off the biogas plant and then it's filled, it does slowly digestate that. That tick up is because I had 4 or 5 bales that are left at the biogas plant that I'm being paid for excruciatingly slowly. So yeah, that's what the little tick up was. It will stop in time when I've got the, I think it'd be 4 or 5 grand in total, so it will stop at some point, probably tomorrow, July, it will stop. Yeah, I just bashed into one of the olive trees because of the low-hanging branch. I was trying to avoid the traffic and I clocked it with my mirrors. Yeah, it's one thing of this virtual reality is that it does, yeah, unlike in real life where tree boughs will push when they meet something solid, in this universe they have an irresistible force which can drag a vario around, yeah, or anything else for that matter. Oh, you're having a laugh. Seriously, guys, stopping you getting past that? A little tiny bit. Seriously, right, anyway, let's stick this to grab the, now that where is the digestate on this? I would say is where we have left the trailer, so we're going to need to drop that off first. I had trouble with the stones dragging on me. Let's move this. Fantastic. Love this trailer, it's amazing. Stick it with the others. The solar panel of ours is the one with the little, that one sort of just to the right of us. No, let's not block this little lot off. Yeah, that's the only thing, there's not really much place for the trailers. We can't really have those. We'll stick these and little soldiers together in a line, I think, when we do the other one as well. And we will, of course, be shifting being as they seem to be so... not happy with that being there. We should stick this in there. That's the point. We could actually do the same with the seeds, really. Now, it must have been a mod, because there is something in the game now where you actually bash into, yeah, like the seeds without pressing fill, where you just literally clip it. And I saw it a few weeks ago. Yeah, you just do that and it fills automatically, but it's not in the base game, so it's not. It must be one of the mods that actually someone's done. Now they actually do load quickly, gotta be honest. Yeah, we'll stick them in there and we'll just fill them when we need them. Being as I thrash them all around like that. Oh, we also have spillage like we saw yesterday. Yeah, I used to think this was just the samurai that did that. It's not. Bag splits. So this is another fault of the base game, that it does not know how to leave the remnant if you tell it to fill. So that's a Giants issue again. Yeah, there's quite a few in FS22 actually of issues that Giants need to address, and are busy releasing packs for us to pay for, whilst the game that it all plugs into is not quite right. Is this the way these things should be? Well, I'll leave that to you, the viewer, to understand. It seems a little bit wrong to me, but what do I know? I mean, I am a player of the game and obviously know how I feel, but that's, yeah. Right, smashing, that's another one. No, it is true, I'm not denying that 1 minute. So yeah, we can grab that back out. It's a fantastic, again, almost makes it a multi-fruit story silo, but only for the things that it actually do. So now we're going to do a reverse of what we did before, and I think the bucket sitting next to that is not a bad idea. Right, so yeah, let's please pick up the forks that have been bashed around so many times. Yeah, I also would like to make this into a concrete area. Yeah, it got thrashed around a couple of, like yesterday actually. Yeah, so let's, again, this can have a proper place so that it doesn't get bent tines, wink wink. Yeah, because in real life, the amount the vent ran over that, I'm quite sure it would probably be totally... Ooh. Let's grab that as well. Ooh dear, I'm not sure you... We'll have a go. We'll have a go. I don't think it'll let us. We might need to do the shovel on this as well. Oh, okay. It might let us do this if we do that. Okay. Well, there's a will, there's a way. Fantastic. Gently does it, because if you do that fast, it falls off. As I know from bitter experience. I should be able to get those, the 4 blue bags, which is the salts. That should come up. We haven't got a sprayer yet, but there are plenty of sprayers in the base game. Oh, okay. Why will that... okay, that's interesting. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Ah, so that doesn't actually empty into that. You need to press fill. Ah, well, you see, I didn't actually know that. Ah. Okay, brilliant. Let's grab. Right, so we need the... Yeah, now then we were filling that first, so let's just crack on with one job at a time. Where did we stick the vent? I seem to have lost my tractor. Ah, that's it. That's exactly where we left it. Yes, moving the Fleagle. Too much going on for my little brain. Absolutely, way too much going on. Right, let's try to sort this out then. Let's get the say, I presume it is about there. I would say so, looking at the paraphernalia. And of course, I'm not going to get the... I'm used to seeing the where it says fill. Oh, and again, that is a mod that does do that. It could be there as well. I'm not sure it's that one, but we shall see. I think it'll be this one. It is. Smashing. So we'll stick the digestate into... I love the Mack Trucker one because I do like the fact that you don't need to do the portholes. And I know you'd say, well, that's not realistic. I know it is, but then Mantrid's one has working ones, but also causes mayhem by the fact that it has working ones. So in some ways, I'd sooner settle for ones that don't have portholes. Now, where is the other vent? Still, oh, it's there. I don't know that I've started its engine yet. Nope, I haven't. Yeah, there's a few battle scars where I obviously didn't, where the worker didn't. Well, I mean, it's my fault. As farm manager, I will take full responsibility. And we need the dolly. but that is already on, so it's not speeding things up by doing it like that. Oh, hang on, this is the one that needs a bit of a wash. Yeah, it also needs repairing. This is going to be another 8,000. I filled this up again because I filled up the previous session. It's already done that. And then yesterday I had to put another 2,000 in it, so I don't know what went wrong there. But yes, it should have almost 1,000 litres minus whatever these thirsty beasts have had out of it. Yeah, one of them was getting very, very low. I think it was, no, it'd be the other one. I did wash it, so it'll be the clean vent. Yeah, so let's have a look. Please tell me. Oh, we have 1914. Fantastic. I would imagine by now that will probably, it's only 45 tons, I think we said. So it's not going to take forever. It is a bit of a slow, 48 tons with what's its process. So yeah, for the digestate side of it, it is worth doing. But obviously now we've got the production shed. Yeah, now this is a bit of a long beast, so you have got to be very careful. You've got to oversteer and overshoot and all that type of stuff. We are going to hit that set of seeds, are we not? Because that's exactly where we need to be. So, oh, we could, no we can't, it's not strapped. This is a puzzle for you to solve. How do you solve the puzzle? Well, we could shift the problem out of the way for a temporary amount of time if we can get underneath it. That's one way to fix it. It'll do. There's many solutions to any problem. That one will do the job nicely for now. Right, so then let's get this digested. I'm not sure that we're gonna, I seem a bit close to the, now have I, no, I think we're alright. I think we'll just about do that and have that selected. Don't know where they unload. I think it's at the very end on this. Ooh, that's what I was worried about. We'll be getting a little bit too close to the... Ooh. Well, we can do it. That's all that matters. Yeah, it's a bit of a slow... so while that's doing that, we are going to switch on the production itself to be making solid fertilizer from digestate. And we also want to switch the lime on, which we're going to do. Yeah, we want the water tank. We need to fill it with water. Oh, that's a point. Water source. Herbicide 2, which equally needs water. Both need a lot of water, actually, not just water. So then, I believe in the base here, we only have that one brown white thing. As for, is it tools? Or I think it's containers. This here. And I believe it costs us, if I remember rightly. Which is unique, because I always have the Omatana, but obviously not this time. Right, so we need to switch zone markers on. I believe is what Mr. Smith is looking for. I believe. Yes, it is. Right. So then. Where is that? So it is that side. So it is actually fairly self-explanatory. We don't want it to be close, but not so close that I'm actually... Yeah, I've got to move a little bit, is what I want. Oh, and this is, I think this costs us, if I remember rightly. I'm sure it does. Yeah, wow, we're still going. Now we will have to, yeah, because I'm not terribly... Oh, no, I don't know. I think I can make that. I think I can reverse that. And we'll leave this trundling. Because that's going to take a while to load, I think. We can switch the zone markers off again now. I think I can pretty much do that. No, it's too close to that. Let's do it the proper way then and try and avoid breaking the illusion of the post. Now then, I hope the caravan isn't in the way. I think we can fill this from the front, but I'm not sure. This might be my undoing. Right, okay. So I think, yeah, we'll need to reverse it, but this away. Oh, watch the caravan that you just dented the front end. This is what you get when you deal with big monsters. Yeah, this is why a truck would be so much better, but hey ho, we will in time. Yeah, I am aiming for one, but yeah, waiting for one in the sales is not necessarily going to work, so we might have to do this. Surely that should be ready now. Oh, okay, it's one of those again that doesn't actually show it. Right, we're going to leave that trundling because that's going to take a while. We want to be grabbing those out, but does it matter? Actually, no, we can still take the dolly away, think about it, and that'll still fill. Oh, no, I actually wanted to drop the back down and keep the dolly. Yeah, and it is still filling. Right, so then now what we want to do is what you normally can do is run over the production shed and it will take these gladly from you, stick it straight in the oh, it is costing us as well. Oh dear, I'm not used to this water costing us. Yeah. Oh well, we'll have to see. Is there a lake or a body of water on the map that we can actually... There is a body of water right next to our fields. This may be the first and last time that I use that thing, if I can actually get water from there. Yeah, that is true. We have two lakes right next to our fields. So I think we'll be definitely going forwards using their water if we're allowed, if it's one of those that you are supposed to do that. Right, so then we need to be getting this. Oh, someone's left a tanker in the way. Now then, are we going to be able to get close enough? We should be able to. Yay. Oh, and even the lime is also managing somehow to... And it also does them very, very rapidly. Although I'm not sure that's down to the bags themselves, which again, yeah, fantastic. Minimal horribleness. I don't ask me how the stones are going through the bottom of the... I'm not asking any questions about that particular dilemma. So let's not cover the way in. Drop that just about there. And we shall see. Well, it can't have filled, or the money would not. Yeah. Right. What we will do though is drop that there. We're going to grab those. There's not much we can do, but what we can do, we will do. Yeah, so I also did, the one thing I haven't done in this session is give Marty a massive shout out. Yeah, also for his continued support and help of the channel. He really is. Kevin and Marty are probably the most active members of the channel. I really do appreciate their help. Massive, massive shout out to the pair of them really for all the comments and help that they continue to do. Marty was advising about the AI workers, as most of you know I use Courseplay extensively. Well, obviously this time I'm using the AI workers, and of course I have used them lots, yeah, because I wasn't always a dab hand at Courseplay. Not that I'm saying I'm an expert, but yeah, I've used it enough that I can get my way around Courseplay quite well and I know most of the advanced features. So yeah, I'll definitely say that I know how to use Courseplay fairly well. Let's leave that. But yeah, AI workers, of course I use them in the beta, and I did know how to get the most out, but you do go rusty. So I was very grateful for Marty's advice. He suggested 2 headlands, and I know Mr. CDP always says the same, so I know he's right. So I'm very, very grateful for that fact. This money is still going down, so it'll be interesting to see how much that is. I can't remember if it tells you how much it cost you in total when it finishes training. So that's rather nasty. So say in the base game everything costs a fortune and you don't get any breaks. Oh my lord, we're only halfway there. Right, and also this is real time. It doesn't matter if you speed time up, it doesn't increase the flow rate of the water. So if we go till morning, it'll still only be at 40 odd tons. Right, so then we've got those ready, they're going in. We've got a fuel put now, we've got a wash station, sleep trigger. We're going to sleep through till the morning because we've done everything we can do in the next session. Yeah, this is going to, again, this was an event, so no, actually we're going to need to wait for that because I need to stick that in thinking about this, otherwise there's no point in switching that little lot on, is there really, thinking about it? Yeah, 48 tons, 30 tons of stone, 16 tons of road salt, 430. Yeah, the solid fertilizer is going through already. Seeds, lime, 16 tons, which is the lime we really did pour in. So, yeah, so really, unfortunately, I apologise for this. Although I suppose we could go up to 60 tons, and I could run this over. In fact, wouldn't it be useful if we? That is a little bit pricey. I can't imagine it costing that much in real life, really. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is literally put this in, or you're going to clock that post. So I apologise for that. I'm going to, yeah, oh, that one's real. Well, there you go. Just was there. Yeah, it's amazing now. Different rules, you see. I know the ones in the fields, they're not real. That one is. that's got literally has got a collision on it. So don't make my mistake and think that it's you're all right to go through the post or clip it, because it's not. Now then, let's go to the left of it there. Water. We have to go all the way pretty much to the field edge, almost touching the yeah, it's not much, it's not super duper this either. No, it's not my favourite for that. It's got quite a slow fill rate and quite a slow. It's one of those that you go away for 10 minutes. Unfortunately, in some sessions like this one, you've just got to crack on. So that's literally, yeah. Wow, you really have to go deep. You actually touch the thing. Yeah, and it needs a lot of water as well, so. I'm trying to think, there is no other job for us to do other than this, really. Oh no, our bales are still doing, yeah, I was going to say. But the bales had finished, but they have. We're going to try and... No, we're not in this session. I'm happy. We'll just do what that does is what we're going to leave it at. We're just going to literally... In fact, you know something, we're not that bothered. Let's just go through something. Sales, just check. Nothing else has dropped, as it does sometimes. No. 8 o'clock indeed, yes. Just checking that I was still recording. Of course, it always makes me a bit jittery when I've missed a session like that, when it's down to my own fault. Right, So 2,604. I was saying, yeah, we seem to be stuck at the 2006, whereas it's supposed to be about 7,000, I believe. If you look at the thing on productions and generators, I'm sure it's supposed to be 8,928 per month. We are not getting anything like that. Although I know it does change different times of the year, so is that done yet? It has. Right, okay. So now should be the month that we putting the grass again, and 1 month off our sorghum harvest. Let's look at the greens while we're here. We're going to need you over at the grass cutting. Let's have a quick look. In fact, actually, we could take that across with us. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, we're going to pop over. Let's look at the green of the sorghum. That's what I was about to do. Yep, that's definitely going to be next month. It certainly looks like the vivid green that you get before the harvest. So we'll be sorghum harvesting next week. That absolutely fantastic harvester. Do love that. It is amazing. Yeah, I'm very, very pleased with the equipment lineup that we get on New Farm Start. Yeah, even though, well, no, I didn't sell much of the equipment. I only, obviously, with having limited, a limited arsenal of tools, should we say, I did what most people would have done, was I sacrificed a member of the team so that we could enhance the team. We needed, obviously, there's no mowers, and yet we had grass to mow, so we needed a mower set, and we needed a baler. So these all cost money. I suppose I could have sacrificed a field, but that's not, yeah, I mean, that's a last resort. Losing land is what gives you your income, so it's sort of like chopping your income off before it's even started. Right, let's go and see, can we get water from this? This should be third growth stage now. It should be the lovely vivid golden green, which it is. Fantastic. Now then, let's have a good look around, see if there's any. Yeah, because even on Horsch, there is actually a place opposite the shop where you can, if you're clever. I mean, again, this is making things worse because we've got a dolly as well. But yeah, there are on Horsch even a couple of places where you can actually go to the water's edge that are made so you can actually do it. So let's have a look. Is there anything obvious, or is it? Oh, that's not terrible. No, it's not really. That's not a bad rise and fall. Of course, we do need to reverse. Luckily for us, this is not a busy road. Wink, wink. No, it isn't a busy road. This is true. It's a very unbusy road. So that bit there looks sort of like we can. Alright, so we need to sort of be keeping this straight edge, although that's not at all aiming for the bit that I was going for, but it didn't look terribly bad anyway. Well, we'll just see if it starts to like rapidly descend in, and like I think I'm going to drag the tractor in as well, and we will ooh, beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. Free water. Do we keep that for emergencies? Well, we'd lose 1,000 straight away, so we may as well keep it. You never know. There might be a situation where we need the other for definite. Let's leave that fill in. And we will leave this here ready for the next session, because this very session we're going to be chopping the grass again. Now this is a well-designed field, and I did recognise that. All workers, other than the sign, which is why I started, it was not by coincidence that I started in this very corner. Yeah, because I thought if I start here, and when it returns, it's going to miss the one object in the field where it's going to hit something. It was better. I did do a headland on this one. This one is quite a nice field, in so much as if you started at the top, there's enough turnaround space with the road and the headland, which is caused by design. So the designer of the map really was good. I did a couple of things crossways at the top, and I didn't do any headland on this one because if you do it from the right angle, you can sort of get away with it. So yes, just a word of it. I do know how workers work, sort of, but I am always grateful of everyone's advice because you don't know everything just because you're a content creator, and I am very rusty where workers are concerned. So massive shout out to Marty. Thanks a lot, Marty, as always, as the many times you have assisted myself and the channel as well. Very much appreciated. Sage advice. Yes, I think it was a subsoiler I used last time, and Marty said, well, you didn't use a plough, and he is right. It's not. The subsoiler, yeah, will always produce a cultivated finish. Right, so we'll unfold that and unfold that. Ready for next session, and we're going to put this straight next to the sign again, ready for the work. So, no, we want to do a headland on this one. Although, to be honest, I think actually, thinking about it, that might actually work on this, and we could actually bail straight away. Yeah, it always seems to get the angle wrong, though. Yeah, I tried this yesterday to get the angle right, and the workers do their own thing. They must have cardinals worked out. So, yeah, if you... Yeah, it doesn't matter. We missed a tiny bit of grass, really. Yeah, there's the scanner. So there we go. That's for next session. All that remains to be said for this session. But we seem to be hovering around the 200 and odd things. Now, what I'm aiming for is to spend some money on pigs, but we need to have got all of our crops in and kept some back for them. Yes, you can buy the pig food. It is expensive, but I don't really want to be doing that. So we're going to go into pigs. We will need a transporter. And again, there's lots of lovely modded ones, but base game, they are both expensive and limited. So, yeah, the Noah's probably... Yeah, that's not bad, actually. I mean, that's obviously much better, but it's an awful lot more. That for 25 grand, I've got to be honest, that's not bad. It isn't. So that will probably be what we go for, that, to transport out, because we're going to have to do this. I don't think you can still sell, but if you sell your young, you basically pretty much lose them for the transport cost anyway, so it's not worth doing it. So yeah, if we're going to sell our animals, we need to do it ourselves, which is, again, a unique place to be, being in the base game. But yeah, we're yo-yoing up and down because we keep buying things that we need. So there's going to be a time when we no longer need to buy things, or we just expand our kits when we wish to. But really, there comes a certain point in the Let's Play where you've got everything you need to do the jobs that you need to do. So, hang on a minute. Oh no, I'm not selling my stuff, am I? Yeah, I need to be grabbing some of the fertilizer out and sticking it... Well, what we could do is use the... Yeah, that's true. We could. Let's just see how much we got. That thing I am going to say, because we should have quite a lot. 36 tons. Ah, there's no sell point. That's something I didn't think of. No, you can't sell the base on the base game, so I need to put a sell point down, or else it's sort of like we're just going to have fertilizer coming through our ears, which in real life you could sell it. So yeah, we'll see. We will discuss options going forwards. We shall. But all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. I truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this exciting journey. This is the Sunday, so the last set of sessions before I start to have a go on the normal Let's Plays, where I hope that the weirdness of the mods, and the base game really, it's not just the mods, but the mods were, yeah, until the mods get updated by the modders, which is a new thing really to FS22, for them to work with the base game again, then really I'll have to either switch all of the mods off because I don't know which one it is, or when I say the mods, I don't mean equipment. There's usually I've never had a fault on a piece of equipment yet, other than the equipment doesn't function correctly. Never affects the game that I can't think of anything other than straps perhaps, on strat-based mods that can sometimes affect the environment around, but they don't do anything weird to the game itself. So yeah. Anyway, yes, these are discussions for future sessions. All that remains to be said is goodbye for now.